Hi guys, I wanted to show you what a discussion board post looks like for this particular class. So I'm going to talk about this pretty briefly for you, just so you have an idea of what you need to do. So when I give you a text set, I'm going to tell you how many of the texts you need to read or watch or listen to, depending on that particular thing. You're expected to annotate, take notes, kind of keep track of your thinking as you go through that. If it's something you're watching on your own, you can stop and start it as you need to, so you can add your thinking to your notebook as you go. So use that. As you scroll down here, you can see that I will give you the expectations for the post. Here's this column here, kind of lets you know what to put in a post on a discussion board, and then how to reply to the students. So all of this is in the document, but I want to talk you through it real quick. Basically, you need to have a paragraph, but it's not necessarily a huge paragraph. It's just making sure you cover all of your bases. And as you become a better writer, you can do this in a variety of formats, but I'm looking for really 4 things in a post. I'm looking for you to make sure you're answering the question and providing some original thinking that's your own. I want to know what you think about this topic. I want you to make sure that you back it up, provide an example or evidence. This will depend on the post, whether that comes from your own personal experience or one of the texts that we respond to, but you're always going to have something that kind of supports your thinking. Then you're going to solidify your thinking and sum up your statement. And if citations are granted, if you're using a source that is not you, then you will need to cite that source. And that's just good form. When you reply, then you will acknowledge what your classmate said, add your own thinking, your own experience, your own ideas. This can include, and if we're talking about a text set, it should include. But if we're not talking about a text set, then it just really kind of depends on, what the question's asked, but add a relevant example or piece of evidence, some addition where you're kind of building on what that person said, and then conclude it. And so those are the 3 steps in a reply. So it can be, half. It doesn't necessarily need to be longer, but if you're really passionate about it and that person got you going, it can be as long or longer. It just depends on the topic and how you feel about it. Then I gave you an example of what it would look like. So here's the post with the citation, and then here is the response. And you can see that I kind of gave you what each part would look like here. So you can read those on your own as you go through that. And then below, for this one, I have the text set itself. As we get moving, I'll probably move the text set towards the top because these expectations you should already be familiar with. So just know that I'll try to include those, but you can always come back to this first set if you have any questions. So like always, email me or get in touch with me if you have questions or want some more clarification. Thanks.